I can't believe it's December. Like, that's actually wild. Alright guys, in today's video we will be doing our, I don't know why I'm holding this up like I'm showcasing it, but we are going to be doing a TBR prompt jar. I haven't prepared for this video at all, so that is the first thing that we're going to do. I'm just going to like come up with prompts, you know, on the spot, and I don't want to like think about too many books too much because I don't want it to like feel like I'm trying to get specific prompts so I can read specific books. Like I want them to be quite, you know, I could choose a lot of books off my TBR with the prompt that I get, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna prepare some of these now and then we will get into choosing. I am hoping to read about, I would love to read around 8 books this month, but I feel like that's very, you know, like high expectations for myself. This month has just been awful. Like I have been in the worst reading slump I've been in all year. I don't know if it's because of like the change of season or I'm just like more busy with work and stuff, because every time I read I just like, I'm not focused and I'm not in the story that much. And I'm not gonna lie, it all started whenever I read A Curse for True Love and it just hasn't went away, and that is the biggest disappointment of this year. So yeah, I don't want to dwell on it too much because I'll just get sad about it again. But yes, we will move on to our prompt jar and hopefully that can like motivate me to read a little bit, knowing that I have a set list of books to get to. Okay, she is here, she's been created, and we have lots of prompts to choose from. I was just thinking, like, since I am in a bit of a reading slump at the minute, and like I have been for a few weeks, possibly 8 books is a little bit ambitious, and maybe we should drop it down to 6, just for now, just for this month, and we will just, that'll be a good goal for me, do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm reading 6 books while I'm working in retail over Christmas, like, for those that know how extreme that is going to be and how tired I'm going to be all the time. So yeah, I think 6 books is maybe a more reasonable choice right now. I think I maybe made about 25 prompts. Okay. This is the one. This is the one where I was like, if I get this, it's very ambitious, even though, I don't know. So this one says a book that's longer than 350 pages, and it kind of like isn't exactly what I wanted because it means I have to read a longer book, and I am, as I said, in a reading slump, but that's fine. I'm just trying to think, what books do I actually have that are longer than 350 pages? You know what? I actually know exactly which book I'm going to choose, and I did just get this book the other day, and the sticker is still on it. I was like, what is that? This book is Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and I'm sure most of you have heard of this book by now. It is such a big series and it is so loved by a lot of people. It does intimidate me a bit, but this book is, let me see how many pages without seeing any spoilers. Okay, it goes up to 381. I don't want to like look at it too much, but there's definitely over 350 pages in this. I got this book for £1 in a charity shop, so I was really pleased with that, and it's great quality too. So that is the first book that we are putting on our TBR for the month of December. I don't know a lot about this one. I know that there is like groups of people and you're either in a red group or a gold group. You know what, there's no point in me even trying to explain this right now. I just know that it is a sci-fi series and it is set in Mars and in space, and that's pretty much all I know about this one. But because Hayley Pham read this and really recommends this series, I do want to give it a go, and I'm just intrigued to see what my opinion will be on this one. Okay, the next prompt number 2 is a young adult book. Okay, I love young adult books and it is honestly like one of my favorite genres. They're just like usually quick, easy reads, and you know, they don't require a lot of brain power, maybe the way that this one might. So that could be a really great like cleanser in between this book and another book. Just had a quick glance at my shelves, and I do own quite a lot of young adult books, but I have read majority of them. However, I do have The Inheritance Games and Gwen and Art Are Not in Love, and I haven't read either of these yet, and I do really want to read the Inheritance Games series. Like, I just want to read all of those books because I have serious FOMO, and I know that like basically everybody has read this series by now, but then I also have heard really good things about this book. A friend actually lent me this one, so it would be good to actually read it so I can give this book back to her. However, I do feel like I'm more in the mood for The Inheritance Games, and I've heard such good things about this one, as in it is such a fast-paced read, and you know, like, it's just one of those books where you can really fly through it, and I honestly think I just need books like that this month just to get me back into my reading spirit and reading mood. So I think for a young adult book, we are going to go with The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it will be my first Jennifer Lynn Barnes book, so that's exciting too, because there's a, what is that series called? The Naturals. I really want to read The Naturals, so yeah, hopefully I enjoy this one. Okay, we're on to our third prompt, and I'm like trying not to look in it because I don't want to cheat at all. So our third prompt is an Irish book, and you know what, I am really excited about this because I know exactly which one I want to choose. I do have a few Irish books, but this one in particular is a Claire Keegan one, and I recently read Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan, and I absolutely loved it. She writes mainly like, well, I think all of her books are short stories, but I need to grab it. Where is it? So I want to read Claire Keegan Antarctica, and is this just not giving December? If I don't read this in December, then it's wrong, I think. This one is a collection of her short stories, which I'm just really excited to get to this one because I loved Small Things Like These so much. It's just been on my radar for the last month, and yeah, so this is 100% going to be the Irish book that I will hopefully get to in December. That one was very like quick and easy, so let's get on to the fourth. Okay. I'm really happy about this. So our fourth prompt is to read a fantasy. And fantasy at the minute is just like my favorite genre, especially like romance fantasy, romantasy, whatever you want to call it. It is almost a crime that I haven't read this yet, but I have not read Fourth Wing, and I feel like now is the time where I just have to read it because everybody's read it, everybody's reading Iron Flame, and I don't want to get like any spoilers or anything for the first one because everybody's talking about Iron Flame. So I think I have to go with Fourth Wing for this one. Maybe I should have chosen this one for my 350 plus pages because that is 100% over 350 pages. I don't even want to look at it because I know with fantasies it's like the last page can just show you every single like spoiler basically, and yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to look at how many pages, but I'm guessing there's around 500 in this one. So I am very, very excited to get to this one. A lot of people have recommended it, especially recently, like just friends and stuff, and it's definitely one that I wanted to read in December anyway, so yeah, I am very happy that we got the fantasy prompt. How many books do we have? Okay, there's 4 currently, and we're on our 5th. I'm definitely going to stop at 6 because a few of these books are a little bit thicker than some others, so it could just be nice to have 6 and hopefully achieve that goal. Okay, time for our 5th prompt. A book by an author that you love. Okay, that's interesting because I obviously love a lot of authors, but what do I own that I haven't read by them? Possibly a Taylor Jenkins Reid book because I know that I have some of hers that I haven't read. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, there is some books there by Taylor Jenkins Reid that I really want to read, especially Malibu Rising, but it's not summer, and I feel like Taylor Jenkins Reid is very summer reads. And would it be a sin if I just skipped that little prompt? We just pretended that never happened. You know what, it's my video, I make the rules. Okay, let's just ignore that because I can't I don't want to read a summer read right now, do you know what I mean? And there's just all the other books that I have on my shelves, like if it's by an author that I love, I've read their other books already. Okay, let's go with this one. A book. Does this jar not know that I'm in a reading slump? A book that I'm intimidated by. You know what? I think I actually do know. Oh, there's two that I could choose between. Let me get them and I'll show you. The first one is The Song of Achilles. I almost hit myself with that book. And then the second one is Lonely Castle in the Mirror. And both of these books have honestly been on my TBR, like my physical TBR, for a very, very, very long time. Especially this one, like definitely a year now. Both of these books, I have no idea why, but they just intimidate me. And it's one of those ones where I want to read them, but I'm just never in that mood. But it's just purely because I'm intimidated by them, and I don't know why. There's genuinely no reason for it. I think maybe this one I might not know a lot about the story of Achilles, and maybe I'll do a bit of research beforehand. And this one, genuinely no idea why I'm intimidated by this. Maybe it's because I haven't heard like a lot of things about it, and I have no idea what this one's about. So this one's quite difficult because I'm intimidated by them, and if I don't get to them this month, it kind of just proves that. But I think I have to go for The Song of Achilles because it's obviously like so loved, and a lot of people that I know rave about this book. So it would be nice to talk about it if I do love it as well, or if I hate it, it's still good to talk about books that, you know, have varying opinions. So yeah, we're gonna go with The Song of Achilles, and I really, really want to like push myself to get to this book because just to kind of like tick it off my physical TBR, that would be really nice to do. The last prompt deserves like a good shake. I'm very excited about what this is going to be. This is such a fun way to like choose what books you're reading for the next month. Okay, our final prompt is, okay, a book that's been on my TBR for 3+ months. I feel like all of these books could have been like used in so many of the other prompts that I'm getting, because I could have chose The Song of Achilles for this one, do you know what I mean? The same way I could have chose The Fourth Wing for the 350+ pages, and the Claire Keegan for an author that I want to like read other books. I can't speak clearly, you know what I mean. Do I want to go for this one? Maybe not, because I am, as I said, intimidated by it. But what other ones have been on my TBR for 3+ months? We have Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which has been on my physical TBR for absolutely forever. We also have Love and Other Words. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Love and Other Words. Let me grab. I have not read a romance in summer, so this could be really, really nice and like refreshing in between these. I feel like some of these are quite intense, like the pile that we have. And also, I don't know if this is correct, but somebody definitely told me that this is set in autumn, and it's, well, maybe it's not set in autumn, but it's a great book to read in like autumn time. And autumn and winter, they're kind of the same reads, aren't they? So I think we're going to go with Love and Other Words. I'm actually, you know what, I'm really excited about this one, and I will be glad to get to it if I do. My TBR prompt jar landed me with these books here. I will go over them very quickly, what we ended up choosing. So the first book was Red Rising by Pierce Brown, which is a sci-fi. I'm pretty sure it's high stakes, definitely set in space, in Mars. There's two groups of people. I'm guessing there's hierarchy involved, and honestly, I know nothing about this book, and I would like to keep it that way. I do love going into books completely blind, so I'm not mad about that. Next book that we chose was The Inheritance Games, and this would be a great one to just like get into because it is a series that I want to read, and I want to read it by the end of the year. So I mean, I keep on forgetting that this is the last month of the year. Am I going to read a full series plus my other TBR books? Probably not, but this is a good one to just like get started on, I think. And as I said before, people have said this is very, very, very quick paced, and that is exactly what I need right now. Then for the Irish book, we chose Claire Keegan, Antarctica. I can never say that word, Antarctica. Maybe it's like the Northern Irish accent can't say those syllables together properly. Anyway, Claire Keegan is just, I just know she could possibly be one of my favourite authors. I just love the way that she writes and how she can like really be like, is that the right word? I was gonna say like create something that's very immersive for the reader, like in such a short storied way. That is completely not English. What I mean is that even though she writes short stories, she can really make the reader be part of the story in such a short period of time. That makes no sense. Anyway, Claire Keegan, Antarctica. That is our Irish book. Then the next prompt that we got was a fantasy, and we chose Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and I am very, very excited to get to this one. Maybe this one does intimidate me a little bit. I think it's because this book is so loved, and I don't want to be the minority that doesn't like it. And I don't know why I think that I might not like it, but who knows? The next prompt was a book that I'm intimidated by, and we ended up choosing The Song of Achilles, and honestly I'm excited to get to this one. I've heard such good things. I know it's about like, well, obviously Achilles, that's like Greek gods and stuff, right? The last book that I chose was Love and Other Words. What was the prompt for this one? Oh, a book that I've had on my physical TBR for 3+ months. I definitely have had this one for a good wee while. I think I got it just before summer, thinking that I would take it like on holiday or something with me. And I've just really enjoyed these covers that Christina Lauren are bringing out. I think they're doing this kind of style in all of their books. So if I love this one, then I'll definitely pick up another one of their books. So that brings us to the end of this video, and hopefully I can get out of my reading slump by reading some of these books, and hopefully there is some 5-star reads. Hopefully I can get through all of them. My goal is definitely to read about 4 books this month. It's just gonna be so crazy. Everybody's so busy at Christmas, and you know what, it's fine if I don't get to all of these books, but it's nice to have a little goal. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.